job at 48th and A.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You should. Pharmacy. It and to use.
I definitely. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you came in struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak. Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right. Well, are we good here? See, this is what we do. Last week I had the thing flipped upside down like this. I didn't know what was going on. You think this is our first day in here. Sometimes all right. Welcome in to the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, June 11th. We are just flying through the year. We're almost halfway through 2023 already. So it's pretty crazy. Welcome. The show we got for you today, we're just going to talk a little ferals, do a little recap of our last chance workout. If you just tuned in to the show before us, Bigger Than the Score, we had a couple of our, 3 ferals members were in here. Pete Ferguson's in his 10-week challenge right now. He's getting ready to finish up week 10. We also had Zach and Amy Olson. They are fit members. And what was so cool listening to them is, ferals is a place where, our oldest member is actually going to be 73 tomorrow. Ron's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
He's out with a little bit of an injury, but I think I'm going to make the 6 a.m.ers do push-ups and sit-ups and a lot of other birthday activities for Ron, even though he won't be there. So we're going to do some stuff. And then our youngest member is 11. So we have members from all different ages, fitness levels. And what's really cool for us and hearing Amy and Zach just talk about doing it together. And hearing about how, they've gotten closer, the relationship's gotten closer, just doing that together. And yesterday was pretty cool because I knew, Zach was going to be on the show today, and Zach and Amy hadn't met Pete yet. So I didn't know they were coming in yesterday because Pete comes at 5 a.m. They come at 4:30. So their paths really rarely cross.
PM, 4:30
Yeah, 4:30 p.m. And then when Amy and Zach came in yesterday, I was like, oh, this is going to be great because then Pete can meet them. And I didn't know if Pete had any intentions of doing all 3 hours of this workout.
Did you really explain the last chance workout?
Well, I will. Okay. So, and a big shout out. We have somebody new on our show today running the board. Austin has never been on the Fitness Fanatics.
True.
So now, Austin, I know that I've been waiting to tell you this all day. I know that
all 9 hours,
all morning,
ever since we heard you were on the air
for the last hour.
Yeah,
I know you. Austin has his own show from 2 to 4 called On the Block, and I know that every day you sit in here with a 10-year NBA veteran, right? One of the best basketball players to ever play at Nebraska, to ever come out of the state of Nebraska.
Very cool.
But you've never sat in with somebody with my talent that when I was a junior in high school, I was on the JV team and I didn't actually play in the games. I played at halftime of the game. Now, have you ever? I mean, this is big time.
Swing of the pendulum.
Let me bow down real quick.
Yes, right. Like as the
Yes.
real team
Pendulum
went into
swings.
the locker room at halftime, then we came on at halftime for we were the entertainment at halftime. And you know, I'd go out there and I hit a 3, and then I'd be like, "Oh, what?" Well, the coach is in the locker room, you know, or they're out getting popcorn and pop and stuff. So, I mean, I know
JV more like Jeff V.
Right.
I know.
So I know, you know, you're on with Strick, and I mean, it's when I've been on with him in studio, I know it's really cool. But now we're going big time. We're talking Waukee High School, it was a little school in West Des Moines, Iowa. Now it's like the biggest school in the state. Waukee is.
You started something.
Well,
following your footsteps.
I don't know if it was me, but you know. So anyway,
you put on a show at halftime, but that drives enrollment.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. They're like, man, we get to play it. We get to play first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter. I mean, it was. Yeah. So anyway,
it's funny because I've never seen you play football, but I've seen you play basketball, and like we're a good basketball player when what I've seen, the limited experience of basketball.
I mean, you've seen me play at your after prom
before you got hurt.
So playing at the Carlisle.
I've seen you play pickup games. We did something downtown one time. You were in a 3-on-3 tournament.
Oh yeah, I was in a 3-on-3 tournament downtown. Yes, I broke my finger
in that game.
Yeah, one of those games down there. Okay. So I mean, I have a little experience.
I cannot imagine you on a football field, especially when you were just a little pipsqueak.
Yeah, Austin, I was like 140 pounds as a senior in high school.
Oh, I'm there with you.
Right.
Yeah, well, I was 5 foot 100 going into my freshman year.
Well, you grew though.
You're
I did.
Really tall. I managed to grow, but I gave up football after my 8th grade year. It wasn't happening.
Could have been a kicker, probably, right?
No kicker.
Punt, pass, and kick.
Yeah,
you know that. Yeah, I always threw it further than I kicked it. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Ormans have arm talent, not foot talent.
So the last chance workout that we do, something that Nicole and I started when we were in the Altoona location, and it was one of those things where we got from The Biggest Loser. You know, if you've ever watched The Biggest Loser, the day before they would weigh in, they'd always do their last chance workout. Now we don't. What are you pointing at?
You didn't talk about our sponsor, which I say to you every single time right before we go on air. So that's fine. I was trying to be like low key. Usually I tap your phone, but you're holding it, so you're the one interrupting.
Well, we'll get to our sponsor in the next segment.
Okay.
I'll be ready. Okay, so we got it from The Biggest Loser. Now at Farrell's, we don't obviously promote working out for 10 hours a day, and
we don't really promote Biggest Loser.
We don't promote
culture.
Biggest Loser at all, but we did steal the last chance workout. So we do week 9 of the 10-week challenge. We do a 3-hour kickboxing marathon that we call the last chance workout. And the reason we call that is because all of our 10-week members, they are doing their final pictures, weigh in next Wednesday and Thursday. So it's kind of like their last chance to okay, this is the final weekend, it's the home stretch. And we do it as it's an accomplishment. Like if it's a challenge. If you were to talk to Pete or Dylan from our 4 a.m. class, they were the two that did it over at Yankee Ridge all 3 hours. You know, Pete would tell you that day 1 kickboxing, he was ready to tap out after 5 minutes. Like he was just exhausted. And 9 weeks later, you know, he did kickboxing for 3 hours. Now it's not because I hear people say, well, it's dangerous to work out. Well, you get injured and this type of thing. It's not I compare it to doing a mile run versus a marathon, right?
5K in a marathon.
Right. Your 5K or even a mile or a 5K, you're running fast. You're running in that mile. Like if we do mile testing, you're running as fast as you can for a mile. When you do a marathon, you don't run as fast as you
every
can.
mile as fast as you can.
You pace yourself.
Yes.
Your pace is so much slower.
We encourage people to pace themselves through that. Bring snacks, drink your water, change clothes if you need to. Like we're not just like cramming kickboxing down your throat for 3 hours. There's definitely some, flexibility with that.
Yes, because it's a cool event for our members because we change instructors every 20 minutes. So we have 9 instructors teaching over the course of the 3 hours. So pretty much every 20 minutes, you're getting a break. You get to take a couple minutes to stretch it out, get a drink, eat a power bar or protein bar or something if you have a snack. So if you go off the mat to get a drink or go to the bathroom, nobody's like, hey, get out here.
Yeah, you didn't do the whole 3 hours, right?
It doesn't count because, when I do it, I take pictures and videos. So I kind of sneak out for a few minutes to take a video and catch my breath and change my shirt and stuff like that. So, but it's a really cool accomplishment, something we've been doing for a long time. We kind of had to stop when the pandemic got here because,
we had social distancing,
class capacity, and we really never knew how many people were going to show up at 5 a.m.
Yesterday at Meadowlane, we were full. We had a couple of people sharing bags. It was full. So we probably had, how many bags do we have at Meadowlane?
28.
So, I mean, we probably had 32.
That's about how
people.
We were too.
Yeah, to start.
Yeah, 32.
It was a big group.
We were in the 30s too. And you can come and you don't have to do the whole 3 hours. You can come in at 6, you can leave at 7, you can come at 5:30, leave at 8. You can
we had people do 2 hours. A couple of people did just 1 hour. When we tell people, that's why we do every 20 minutes. You can, that's a good time to kind of dip out or dip back in if you need to.
Yeah, but it's a great, like, just talking to Pete yesterday, I'm like, just look how far you've come in 9 weeks. Like, you could do amazing things if you
believe that you
can do it, if you're consistent doing it. So Pete's been consistently coming to Farrell's, consistently following the nutrition for 9 weeks. And he went from only being able to do 5 minutes before he was ready to be done to doing 3 hours.
Well, even you and I were talking because we both did 3 hours yesterday too. And, the past, I don't know how many weeks, past 5, 6
weeks. 5 weeks. Yeah. 5 weeks.
We've been gearing up for our Pikes Peak trip that's coming up, which we'll talk about later. But so in preparation for that, we've been definitely concentrating on our nutrition better. For one, we don't want to be sick or injured coming up to this trip.
That's what I'm always worried about. I don't know about you, Austin. We have a vacation plan. It's like, I can't get sick right now, right?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be a bummer.
Because you've been, when we spend a lot of times focusing on our vacations. So it's like, I don't want to get sick like 2 days before or a week before I'm supposed to go climbing Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
So we want to be in good physical shape.
Yeah. So in preparation, we've been eating better. I've definitely been increasing my physical activity each day. We've ran 2 half marathons in the last 5 weeks. I've also really just been focusing on trying to get between 12 and 15,000 steps every day, just because that's kind of the practice you need for a hike like Pikes Peak. You just need time on your feet. You just need to get used to your body, being in motion, and just doing that. And obviously we work out at Farrell's every day. Well, I do, but
so do I.
You have been.
Yeah, I have been.
So this was the easiest last chance workout the best I've felt. Not easiest, it was hard in the moment obviously, but the best I felt all day yesterday. Even today, I don't feel sore at all, and that's because we made that commitment to nutrition, and I just really think that physical activity, and it's not crazy stuff. I've been going on a lot of walks, trying to do some hill walking on the treadmill, but just that time on your feet prepares you for 3 hours of kickboxing. Just like working out at Farrell's 45 minutes a day, being super consistent prepares you for that kind of challenge. And it's something we only do 4 times a year. It's not like we do it every single weekend. We do it week 9 of every session. So we had a lot of fit members that did it. Maybe they didn't do it their 10 weeks. They weren't confident or weren't sure if they could, or they just couldn't.
Or we didn't do it.
Right.
We didn't do it for 3 years.
Yeah. And so that's always fun to see too. People who've done Farrell's for years, and then they're like, okay, I'm ready to take on this challenge. And they do. And it's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool to see Zach. And like I said, I don't know if Pete had intended on doing 3 hours, but like, I know for me, because I was in there, just seeing, my mindset is always like, if I've been doing Farrell's for 15 years, like if somebody's been here for 9 weeks,
you should be able to do it. Right.
3 hours. That's kind of what pushes me to do it also. Because somebody asked me Friday, like, oh, are you doing it? And I was like, well, what kind of an example would I be if I just sat at the desk while everybody was out there working out for 3 hours?
Yeah. Now in Iowa, we used to do like crazy Friday. It was 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours at night. That was nuts. Like, having done 4 marathons, 8 hours of kickboxing is above and beyond harder than a full 26.2 marathon. but we're just getting too old for that. And we switched it to a Saturday because not everyone can like take 8 hours out of their day on a Friday. So we switched it to a Saturday. We do 3 hours, much more manageable, but we're just getting too old for that. We were younger back then. Could bounce back easier.
Well, it was probably 6 years ago that was the last time we tried something like that.
Yeah. It was hard. That was painful.
Well, and here, when we moved here, we did a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening as well.
Yeah.
Unlike that Friday of week 9.
Mm-hmm.
But
Saturday works out well. More people can come. It's tough to do all 4 hours, 2 in the morning, 2 at night if you work and that type of thing. So we made that switch. And I think like that March of 2020 was like one of the first times we did Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Then we were closed 2 days later for 2.5 months, and we just brought it back last session.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited for that.
It's a fun challenge, but again, it's not something we're pressuring people into doing. We're encouraging people to come and try and do what they can, and it's just really fun to see people challenging themselves.
Des Moines Adams did all 3 hours.
Des Moines Adams did all 3 hours at Meadow Lane. Yes, he did.
He didn't know we were doing it, and I told him last week, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds."
Yeah, he was talking about on Friday too that he was going to do the full 3 hours. Yep,
yes,
he did.
He did it. He's been with us for a couple months, and his first time in doing kickboxing, he was winded and like, man, this is. So I can't wait to talk to him to see how that was for him. So we appreciate all of our instructors that were there.
Yes.
Between the two gyms, I believe we had 16 different instructors that taught yesterday. So it's just a really, really cool event. So before we go to break here, I do want to read our sponsorship. Fitness Fanatics is sponsored by Integrative Life Choices. ILC is hiring direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time, days, evenings, and weekends. People can apply at ilc.net/careers. Direct support professionals work to ensure a meaningful life for the people they support. They work to support people in achieving their hopes and dreams. So big shout out to ILC and the folks over there for sponsoring the Fitness Fanatics. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming 10-week challenge that we got starting here July 8th. And then with our new guy in here with us, see if he has any questions that he can ask us about that. So, all right, we'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket on the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take, but it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. It is June 11th. We just wrapped up week 9 of our 10-week challenge. We have another 10-week challenge starting on July 8th. But I want to get to a text that we got. We have a new texting system here at the Ticket, our new service is what I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. So if you're texting in and, just kind of let us know who you are. If you're a regular texter, I see there's already some names on here. So we did have the OG CJ text in. I had the old texting system pulled up, so I didn't see this till just a little bit ago. But so CJ was there. He made it about 2 hours, and then he had to head home. But he texted in and said, "Guys, yesterday was awesome. Wish I could have made it all 3 hours. Just went for a 2-mile walk and now hitting the driving range." So CJ is definitely an active person. He's out yesterday doing 2 hours of kickboxing. Now he's out walking a couple miles and staying active. Then he said Pete kicked butt. Yes, which he did. Very cool. So thanks for texting and thanks for listening. The next 10-week challenge starts July 8th. Something that we're starting tomorrow, or should be starting tomorrow. If you go to the ticketfm.com website, we will have a banner up there for ferals that you can click on. Takes you right to the enrollment page. We offer a discount, $150 off for all the ticket listeners. So you can do the 10-week challenge for only $299 for 10 weeks. And I know, most people would say, gosh, that's probably worth a couple $1,000 what it did for my life, right? If you think back, it's like it's an investment up front, but
I feel like honestly it's more of a time investment.
Yes, it's a time, more time, because if you think, a few $100 over 10 weeks is like, okay, let's not go to Applebee's, or let's not buy a carton of cigarettes, which are $84 for a carton.
Did you look that up?
No, I was in line.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And somebody bought a carton of cigarettes and it was $84. And I've never, I smoked when I was in 3rd grade, Austin. Okay. I was
impressive.
Right?
You rebel.
Like that.
Rebel.
I was a 3rd grade smoker. I stole cigarettes from my brother.
Would you smoke the whole pack?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm a couple friends, and you do dumb things when you're young like that.
You can't say you were a smoker.
But next week is Father's Day, and my father found out, and he got
there were consequences.
There were consequences that I still adhere to today from 3rd grade. So I was a 3rd grade smoker. So I've never bought a pack of cigarettes, cartons. I had no clue what anything like that cost.
Yeah.
Until I was at the gas station and a lady in front of me bought a carton of cigarettes, and it was $84. And I was like, wow, oh my gosh. And you know, the funny thing is, and I don't know if this actually would be our conversation, but if I was to talk to this person and say, hey, you know, I own a gym, it's Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, you know, this is what it costs, you know, $100 a month for a fit member. Oh, that's just too expensive.
Right. Yeah.
That's
how I feel when because, you know, we have a couple fast food restaurants by our gyms and Runza, especially. So during Temperature Tuesday, whenever they're clogging up the whole driveway
of Target,
and the rivalries at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always think that that line is full of people that think they don't have time to exercise. And every time we're in the drive-through, because, you know, we go through drive-throughs sometimes too. Anytime I'm in the drive-through and it takes longer than like 5 minutes, I'm just like, wow, people think they don't have time to exercise, but we won't think anything about spending 20 minutes like at a drive-through or 20 minutes at a restaurant waiting for our food.
Yeah. And
so
you don't need to work out for 45 minutes a day or an hour a day or 2 hours a day. If you just take 15 to 20 minutes and go for a walk.
Yeah.
That's like the best
improvements.
Right. That's the best thing you can do to start. And everybody can walk. I mean,
right.
Most people can walk. Yes. And Zach he was given some advice on the show earlier with Pete. And he said something that I've kind of told AD too. It's like, you know, he says, you do stuff because you can.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So why do Nicole and I do half marathons? I mean, one, because we're insane. We're crazy.
I have fun in my half marathons.
But we do it because we can. And really, I had done kind of getting into the Father's Day a little bit. I know we're a week behind, but, you know, I had done a full marathon back in 2010, in the Des Moines Full Marathon. And I didn't train properly. And it was probably one of the hardest things I'd ever done, just because it took me like 6 hours and 25 minutes or 6 hours and 20 minutes. And I think I maybe beat like 3 guys on the whole course, but I was injured. I got injured along the way, and I didn't want to quit. And I walked a lot, and there was a stretch where I was just literally by myself for like an hour and a half, just out on the course. And I remember getting into Waterworks Park, and my sister Andrea was there, and I was just like overwhelmed. I was crying a little bit because going through Waterworks, there's no fans cheering. You're by yourself,
especially when
I'm that far behind.
Right.
Yes. You know, like when I got
spectators have gone home.
Yeah. The band's gone. Like everybody's gone. It's just like 10 of us out there.
Some water stops.
And usually the cutoff for marathons are 7 hours, and that's it. So I didn't run for 5 years.
After that,
I was just like, I was scared. Like I was in so much pain, and my knee hurt, and it was a horrible experience
of your own doing.
Of my own doing. But in January 2015, I signed up to do the Des Moines Full. And I was like, okay, this is stupid. I'm ready. I think I maybe did a little longer run earlier in the year, earlier in 2014. Well, then my dad passed away in March of 2015. So going out on those long runs, because the Des Moines Full wasn't till October, you know, so I didn't really start doing any training till after he had passed away. But, you know, my whole thought process was like, you know, I'm out here doing this because I can. My dad cannot. Like, he's not here to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, so like, do it because you can. You know, if you can walk on your 2 feet, get out today. It's not hot today. It's going to be cloudy. Take today and go out and do something outside. Go for a walk. Take the dogs for a walk. Take your kids out for a little walk. Go to the park. Run around with them. Just do something, and you'll feel so much better. If you just sit in the house. And there's nothing on today anyway. It's not like there's football on. It's not like it's NFL Sunday, where on NFL Sunday, we sit in our house from noon until.
Surely there's baseball on. There's some sports on, just not ones that you watch.
Nothing really. You know, like, okay, so the Royals play today. I mean, Austin's probably not.
Hey.
It's probably not must.
Whoa.
I don't think it's must watch television.
This is one of those
for
things where
him.
some people would tell me I can watch the Royals, so I should.
Yeah.
But it's the
can't,
Royals.
but
I,
you
should. I
should.
don't want to be sad. And I love that they're on the station, and I was so excited. And now they just
Now, I'm
Someday.
assuming you've been. I'm getting off track here, which we
Yeah.
usually do.
Right.
So I'm assuming you've been to Royals games, right? Okay. So I don't know if you heard me tell this story, but this might touch your heart as being a Royals fan. My son and I went to Kansas City last month in May, and we went to 2 Orioles baseball games because he's an Orioles fan.
okay. They're playing now, and the Orioles took the first
Yeah,
2.
yes,
So-
yes. I picked him up from work last night, and he's in the car, and I was like, "Don't you wish the Orioles played the Royals every series?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Now they're on a 3-game winning streak, you know?"
They had a little rough go.
Right.
leading to
So
that, yeah.
we were at the first game, and it was the second game of the 3-game series, and the Royals won. The Orioles.
Some modern miracle.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Jake texted me during the game. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what do I owe money? What's happening? Why is he texting me?" And he was like, "Jeff, you need to go to the Royals games more often." Because the Orioles didn't even get to second base until like the 9th inning. I mean, it was like you would have thought it was Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling out there pitching for the Royals. It was just like they were mowing them down. Well, so we stayed at the hotel right across the street, and there was a Denny's there. Do you know this? Familiar with this Denny's?
The only thing across from the stadium?
Yes.
The Denny's?
Yes.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, now did you know that the Denny's burned down?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a sign they're supposed to move downtown. I've been
Yeah.
beating that drum for years.
Well, my son and I stayed at the hotel right next to the Denny's.
Okay.
And we were woken up in the middle of the night to fire alarms in the Hotel Lotus is where we stayed, which is right by the Denny's. Fire alarms. We're like, what is happening? It woke us up, and I opened my window, and the Denny's is just engulfed in flames.
Oh no.
So we were
They
there.
went breakfast. You guys were going to eat
Now
at
we had to
Denny's.
go to the Waffle House. We were going to go to Denny's, and we had to drive across town to go to the Waffle House. But yeah, so that Denny's that was iconic, that's been there for 36 years. I was there the night it burned to the ground.
Yep.
We had to go outside for
Piece
like
of history.
Yeah, for like
gone.
90 minutes, and it was crazy.
Wow. Well, I'm glad
Okay.
you made it.
Yes.
Yes. So
Rather you make it than the Denny's.
yes. But then the next day we went, and it was a really interesting game. Some of the Royals fans were harping on the third base coach. Like his last name was Wilson.
Vance Wilson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I just thought it was interesting as Ben and I are sitting there. And
The baseball fans seem like a whole different, like, I don't know,
what
species or
well,
whatever.
they were just like there was some base running issues in that game, and the Orioles got up like, I mean, they were up 8-1 or something, and we were like, oh, this is cruise control. And then they started coming back, and then they took the lead in like the 7th. But the Royals fans were like, Wilson, I mean, just giving him a hard time. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But anyway, so back to what Zach had said is you do it because you can.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that I know. My cousin, Wendy, she's did Farrell's, and she's unable to now just because she's, she has brittle bones, and she's just, she's injury riddled,
Injury prone.
And she would just get so upset when I was like, well, all these people just don't come. Like they have memberships, and then she'd be like, gosh, this is very upsetting that I want to do it, but I can't. And then there's people that can and actually have a membership that just don't come, And so her husband, Brian, is doing the 10-week challenge right now. And their daughter, Brinley, I believe she's 12 or 13, going into 7th grade, I think, or 8th. She's 12 or 13. She just started doing Farrell's with him a couple weeks ago. So that was pretty cool to see father, daughter in there doing this together, just like Amy and Zach. So again, if you can do something, do it because you can.
Yeah, I had a back injury for most of 2022, and I had to dial back a lot, and yeah, that was hard. And so now I still, coming back from it, I'm recovered now, but I still appreciate being able to do things that I knew that I wasn't able to do at that time. So if I had never done stuff, I wouldn't appreciate it as much now because having to kind of dial back and heal myself from that back injury, it gives you an appreciation for what you can do. And I still modified. I did what I could, but you kind of always know that you could do.
Well, and
you could do more.
Amy modifies because she can't do roundhouses on the bag, so she just kind of kicks to the air and stuff. And were you going to say something?
I say it's one of those things that you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Yeah,
right.
But it's hard to imagine what it being gone is.
Right.
It's so hard to picture that, like not being able to do something. You can
until you
there's
can't.
that wall until you can't.
Yeah.
You just can't imagine that until it hits you. It's so hard to do.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Nebraska football, right? How we win 9, 10, 11 games for 35 consecutive years. And we would be just so upset. Like I was at a game once with, I don't know if you remember Troy Davis, who played for Iowa State, who had multiple 2,000-yard seasons. And I was at a game in Ames where Nebraska was just kicking, just beating the living daylights out of Iowa State. And we would get upset because here come the third, fourth, fifth teamers in. And then Troy Davis runs for like 150 yards in the fourth quarter.
Which that's the point.
And then the headline is Troy Davis rushes for 200 against the Black Shirts. Okay, no, I was there and I saw it. Like, so that's what we would get upset about.
Yeah.
It's like giving up late touchdowns. So instead of winning like 49-7, we'd win like 49-21, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, you were talking about,
true.
we don't know what it's like to not have it when we don't. That's how we were for all those years. Now it's like, I'm wondering if we ever get back to just winning 7, 8, 9 games, if we're like, well, this isn't good enough. Like if we will forget winning 3 games a year or 4 games a year, or not going to bowl game for 7 years.
Yeah. But I think that is what sometimes holds people back. So, we've been promoting the Nebraska football road race. And I think that sometimes knowing what you could do holds you back from what you can do. Because there's so many people, so many of our members that have done multiple hours of kickboxing that come very consistently, and they think they can't do a 5K. And so it's just kind of interesting to me. And so I think that's sometimes hard for people, especially if you've been a college athlete or was really athletic and now it's been 25, 35 years. And it's hard to humble yourself to just go for a walk and think that's enough. It's easier to do nothing than it is to just humble yourself and just go for a walk, or, humble yourself, sign up for a 5K and have that intention of walking the 5K. And that's okay. I think so many people think that you have to go out and be able to run straight for 3 miles,
Right.
And you don't have to do that. So it can be humbling sometimes, but I think that's an important piece of it. You have to kind of take those couple steps back so then you can continue forward.
And there's nothing wrong with walking.
There's
the
nothing wrong
entire
with
5K.
walking a 5K. There will be people that walk the 5K.
Right. And it'll be a challenge because most people don't go out and walk 3 miles.
Yeah. So whenever people we have so many members that are really, and we have some people that should not be running, and that's okay. Sometimes that's, injuries and stuff like that.
Right.
But so many people that are really reluctant to take on that challenge. And it's just shocking to me. Like, you are an active person. You work out for 45 minutes a day. You can do a 5K.
Right. Like, we shouldn't even be having these conversations.
I know.
This should be,
mental.
And so we're working on getting as many people as possible. And when we come back from break here in a few minutes, we'll talk a little bit more about the Nebraska football road race. But again, just get out, walk, do something active, go to the park, take your dog out, just do something. I'm not sure what we might go for a walk today. We need to break in our hiking boots for our big hike coming up here, which we'll talk a lot about in the second hour, which we'll be asking for some advice, opinions, if we have any avid hikers out there. So that's coming up here at the 10 o'clock hour. But yeah, anything else here, Nicole, before we throw it to break here?
No, I think it's just good to encourage people to, be active. That's all we want. The amount of benefit that you can get from just a little bit of activity and then building from there. We talk about our 10-week session a lot, but I think we do try to do a really good job of also just encouraging people to be active. You don't have to do ferals to have amazing changes, to have, improving your health, improving your blood markers and stuff like that. Like start where you're at and build from there. And I think that's what keeps people sometimes from starting, because especially when it comes to that 5K, running a 5K, people think, well, I should just be able to go do it. It seems silly to just go out for 10, 15 minutes those first couple times, but that's kind of how you need to start. You need to start slow so you don't get burned out.
Right.
And we have, especially like I said, if you've been in sports before, think about how intense that practice was and the training and the games. Well, that's not real life. We want people to you don't have to go right back into that 2-a-day mentality, right? When you start, being physically active again, allow yourself to kind of be a beginner and listen to your body and don't overdo it.
Yeah. And if you have any success stories, we want to hear from you. I'm going to read a text that we got last week during our show. It was a pre-recorded show, so we weren't able to reply back from the text. But if you have any, success stories, we want to hear from you. We want to have you on our show. We want to talk about your success stories and give people out there some hope that if just some random person that lives wherever in Nebraska can do it, and then I can do it too. So we'd love to hear from you on the Starter Heyman text line at 402-464-5685. We do have a new texting service, so if you haven't texted in the last week or so, just let us know your name and who you are so we can get that updated in our system. But we had a text last week from Ben. It said, "You guys have a great show. I appreciate your guests and love hearing encouraging stories. I changed my life on December 7th and have brought fitness back into my life. I have lost 72 pounds and haven't felt this good since I was 20 years old. Thanks for your show." So I've reached out to Ben, and we're actually working on getting him to come into the studio.
Yeah, because
to be with us.
He's not a member at Farrell's. He's done it on his own. So we want to hear those stories too,
Yes, because not everybody can do Farrell's, or not everybody can go to a gym.
Yeah, or wants to.
Or wants to, right? So, but I've reached out to Ben, so we appreciate him listening. We appreciate all the listeners. And like I said, if you have any success stories, we want to hear them. So you can go to our Instagram page I don't even know what it is because I don't do Instagram.
Fitness Fanatics Radio.
Fitness Fanatics Radio. You can drop us a note on Instagram, but we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you come in on the show. Our show for next week, we have pre-recorded. We'll get to why that was here coming up, but we had one of our members in that's going to be on our Father's Day show with us next week. That's had some pretty cool success stories. So we want to hear from you. I know a lot of the listeners think it's really cool when they get to come into the studio. So if you had any type of fitness, health, wellness success story, yes, now's your chance. We want to have you come in and
I mean, you're not going to be on air with the NBA star, but you do get to be on with Average Jeff.
Yeah, you don't get to be on with Eric Strickland, but you do get to be on with the halftime basketball player and the JV football player as a senior in high school, at Little Waukee High School. We did have a text from Crowbrait said, "Gonna be a success story. We'll keep you updated about it." Absolutely. And if you need any advice or have any questions about nutrition or anything, just let us know.
Yeah,
we would love to help all of our listeners out. So we're going to throw it to break here. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Husker football road race coming up here on July 16th. So don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Tickets, Fitness Fanatics.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and test us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam,
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Our lives only have so much time. But if you smoke, you have less. Your life could be 10 years shorter. And the time you do have is often filled with health problems. Shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Old School with DP and J.
How many do you think Bud has left in it?
Bud's the only one that knows, but I would imagine that Bud is at the one. He's trying to be the best fighter in the world. Period. Like until somebody's going to take that from him, and I'm not sure that anybody can. I don't know if Spence can. Spence would love to be that person, but Bud Crawford has denied people forever.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, old buddy, I took you through the car wash and drove you out to your favorite dirt road to talk about something. Well, I'll tell you. Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery's back, and I'm just going to buy some tickets, that's all. No reason to get upset. Of course you mean a lot to me. But this year, the Nebraska Lottery's giving away 8 Atlas Blue 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. I mean, these things are gorgeous. And what happens if I win one? Hey, you'll still be part of the family. I thought maybe I'd give you to my nephew, Josh. He's not a terrible driver. He only left the gas nozzle in his tank and drove off once. Okay, twice.
Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season, in corn and soybeans, and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
USTOP is a member of LEBA, promoting local businesses through education, networking, and local government advocacy. This is why USTOP sponsors the LEBA Business Hour on the Ticket 93.7. Remember, every time you fill up at a USTOP on a Tuesday, USTOP donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. This month, USTOP has partnered with the Lancaster Event Center. Stop by USTOP and fill up every Tuesday to help us fuel our community.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We got a short, quick segment here. We just want to do another promotion for the Nebraska football road race coming up on July 16th. I believe our group is approaching 30 people under the Fitness Fanatics group. So whether you're a member of Farrell's or not, we don't really care.
And we only promote this because we really like the race. We're not like affiliated with it.
No, we don't.
Other than we love it.
Like there's times when people enroll for Farrell's online and I get an email and I'm like, oh, wow, they just enrolled, right? Mm-hmm. I get messages when people join our group. And I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. So we don't get anything from it. It's not like we're getting $10 or $5 if somebody joins our group.
It's just fun.
We just want to encourage people if you've never done a 5K, to come out and try it. We have a training plan, a 5-week training plan that Nicole and Dr. Adam from Spine and Sport Chiropractic have put together. It's a run walk training plan. Nicole has recorded some strength training exercises for you to do that
with Dr. Adam.
For injury prevention and stuff like that. So the 5-week training starts tomorrow, actually. So if you've already signed up for our group, she's going to be emailing out and posting. We have a private Facebook page. just for people signed up for the 5K. So even if you don't sign up by tomorrow and you sign up a week from now, 2 weeks from now, that's totally okay. We can get you on that page.
Yeah, and it's a very reasonable training plan. I was going to see if I could pull it up really quick just to give people an idea. It's 3 days a week of running. And then we have a strength day where you can, with at-home strength training workouts that you could do. It takes maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, some warm up and some like body weight strength training exercises, nothing like too crazy. But like, for example, Tuesday's first run day is a timed run, and you walk for 5 minutes to warm up, and then you run for 30 seconds and walk for 1 minute for 15 minutes.
Right.
And then you cool down for 5 minutes with a walk.
Now
So
that sounds like my type of running
yeah, it's
program.
very easy. And then we have a Thursday run and then a Saturday, Sunday weekend run. And each Saturday, Sunday, you add a little bit of the mileage. But even the first week is 30 seconds of running, 1 minute of walking. And then the next week is 1 minute run, 1 minute walk, 2 minute run, 1 minute walk. So you're building yourself up. If you've done 5Ks before and you're not going to utilize this, that's fine too. Join our group. Like it's fine.
Right. If you're going to do it,
right.
Join under the Fitness Fanatics.
Yeah. And if Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday doesn't work, you could do other days. But for those of you who may be intimidated by the thought of a 5K, this is super beginner friendly. That first run of the week is a timed run. We do 15 minutes, then 20, then 30, 20 again, then 25, building up to 30 minutes. And then the other ones are kind of for distance.
Right. And if you don't, like they have a 1 mile fun run. So like
for kids, technically.
Kids, if I was a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, well, when I was a 5-year-old Husker fan, like that, the Huskers were everything to me. I mean, they still are now as a 45-year-old. I mean, I used to cry when we lose back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Who didn't?
I mean, now we cry.
Well, not me, because I wasn't a fan.
Now our son cries when we win, right? So we both cry. It's just different circumstances. But like, be an awesome dad. Sign your kid up for the 1 mile fun run. How awesome would that be for you to go out and do that mile run with your kid? And have all the Husker football players.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. How like it's put on by Nebraska football. The football players are out there. The cheerleaders are out there. Usually one of the other sports does the water stop. It's been the volleyball players in the past. It's been the basketball players. I don't know who it is this year, but it's just a great atmosphere, and it's for pediatric brain cancer research. So great cause. $35 for the 5K, $25 for the mile fun run. It starts and ends in Memorial Stadium this year. You get to be on the field. The fun run is great because you can bring your little kid with you and bring a Sharpie, and the players can sign the kids' shirt,
jerseys, whatever you have.
They are cool.
They are totally available for everything.
I think, and we will be having a couple of the football players in the next couple weeks, but I'm pretty sure the freshmen football players are required to do the mile run.
Okay.
And then, so even with the fun run, you'll be running with the football players. And then the upperclassmen, they just get to run around on golf carts and have fun and cheer.
Yeah, they're
cheer
at the water
on.
stops. Yeah. But it's like, if you want to be a super dad, right? Be a super dad, sign your kid up for the 1 mile fun run and have them come out for a day to spend with the Huskers, because it's so much better than taking them to the fan day where you're waiting for hours, right? This is like totally accessible. I know last year, Ben and I were walking down the street we were done and we were just kind of walking back, and there was Casey Thompson. I was like, Ben, look, there's Casey Thompson. Like, I'm like a little kid too when I'm out there. I'm like, but it's good. See, and dads too, you can have your kid with you to use your child to get pictures, right?
Yep.
Like, Casey, you want to take picture with my son? Oh, here, let me be right in here, right? And we've taken pictures with Adrian Martinez and like JD Spielman, and like all the players are I mean, pretty much all the players are out there. And I know the coaches are out there. So we want to make a cool impression. We're going to try to do some shirts that we're going to be having out there as well. So we really encourage you. July 16th, Huskers.com, or you can just Google Nebraska football road race. Just
make sure you join under our group. I mean, you don't have to, but that's when you join under our group, then we are able to give you the information to
Right.
kind of join the running group, or we'll also just send out an email with kind of that training plan and the links to the strength training workout.
Yep.
Just to complement your running training. So very accessible, very, beginner friendly. And even if those times don't work, if the 30-second run, 1-minute walk turns into a 15-second run, 90-second walk, nobody knows. It's fine. It's just getting that, like we said about preparing for last chance workout, getting the time on your feet, getting to understand what 1 mile feels like, what a mile and a half, what 2 miles feels like,
Right.
working your way up to 3 miles in 5 weeks. So then you can go there on race day and feel confident that you can do it, even
Right.
though we already know that you can. But
Yes.
sometimes we need to convince ourselves a little bit.
And we'll be right there to help you.
You can
as
come
well.
meet us. We'll sign autographs.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think anybody, this was really
No,
funny.
Don't do that. Don't make it weird, because
when we were at we did a Des Moines half marathon yesterday, or last Saturday, we were walking around all these people, and I kept saying, like, do these people know that we're radio
we
celebrities?
should have business cards to hand out to tell people, like, listen to our radio show.
Yes. Like,
I know.
and I would say something if I saw somebody wearing something that said Nebraska on it. So I'd be like, go Huskers, and some guy in line was talking to us about Nebraska football. And so it's just wherever you go, it's, we're Nebraska fans are everywhere. But all right, well, we're going to go to break. When we come back, I want you to start thinking, if you're an avid hiker, Nicole and I will not be in studio next week because we are going on a trip to Colorado. So we want to talk about what we have planned for that trip coming up here at the top
Colorado
of the hour.
Springs too. So if you've been there,
Yes.
things to do in Colorado Springs.
We want to hear from you. So you can text us at 402-464-5685. We'll be right back here on the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine, you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good times.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, so welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. I am wearing a new hat today. You can see on the TV.
Yeah.
This hat is a Midwest Bank hat.
Shout out to Brad
from Midwest Bank. They're a big advertiser here on the Ticket. They also usually do the second hour of early break. So Brad had some custom hats made that has Midwest Bank on the front, the Ticket on the side, and then my name on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Says Jeff on it.
I have one too. I wore mine to the gym on Thursday.
Yes. So
I washed my hair yesterday, so I decided to keep it down.
Yeah, when you go to the gym every day, like in the morning, in the evening, and you're there, it's like,
yeah.
Okay, so
right.
Yes.
So I look like a real person today,
So
but
you didn't want to wear a hat.
Shout out to Brad for providing us with our little swag.
This is the first gift that we've ever gotten.
For being a radio celebrity.
Yes. Yes.
Very cool.
So I always give Mark a hard time. I'm like, well, it's about time we get treated like everybody else there. He's just laughing. So
Brad
we appreciate
is also
that.
a member. He was on our show and regaled us with his stories of running with the bulls and the Appalachian Trail. And so that's a great one to go back and listen to. Brad Coyne.
Yes.
Yep. That's a good one to go back to listen to on the podcast.
Yeah. I told him about I said, have you ever talked to Brad? Because he's done running with the bulls. He's like, are you kidding
You
me?
would never know. It's just
yes,
the quietest.
yes.
Not that you can't be a nice guy to run with the bulls, but like he's just so quiet and super friendly and nice. And you just wouldn't think he's that hardcore that he would be.
He's pretty hardcore.
Well, I know that now.
Yes,
right.
You wouldn't think that, but he
Right.
is. It's pretty awesome. We might have to get him in here again.
I want to hear more
to
stories.
get some more stories because, a great segment, if Brad's listening, would be like a segment like we do once a month.
Like Bill's Thrills, but it needs to be Brad's
Stories sponsored by Midwest Bank. So Brad, if you're listening today, that's a good little plug here. We want to get you on to hear more of your stories because I have a feeling that there's more out there.
It was crazy. Mark was in that day and we had Brad on because he won his session.
$1,000 winner.
We had no idea that was the direction the show was
Nope.
going to go in. And he just talks about how his fitness journey began with at-home workouts because he was getting ready to do running with the bulls in Spain, like the running with the bulls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you have to listen to it.
He did P90X. He signed up for to do P90X at home and running with the bulls.
Same day.
There's two things. So yes, it was very fascinating.
So good.
But
I got to tell one more Brad story
go ahead.
because it's funny. He came into the gym one day and he does virtual when he's not in the gym. And so he was filling out his attendance card that he did virtual. And he was like, oh, I just flew in from wherever. And then like about 10 minutes later, I was like, now when he says flew in, so that I went over to him and I was like, were you on the airplane or were you flying the airplane?
Right.
Because I wouldn't have been surprised, but he was not flying the airplane, but maybe I planted a seed. Maybe he's going to become an airline pilot.
Who knows? He might.
So thanks, Brad, for the hat.
Yes. All right. Well, the Fitness Fanatics is sponsored by Integrative Life Choices. ILC is hiring direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time, days, evenings, and weekends. If you're interested, you can apply at ilc.net/careers. Direct support professionals work to ensure a meaningful life for the people they support. They work to support people in achieving their hopes and dreams. So big shout out to them. Thank you for sponsoring our show. We sincerely appreciate it. Next week, we've already pre-recorded our Father's Day episode. It was kind of weird. We did that yesterday.
I know, we're like every day. This is what it would be like if we had a show every day.
Yes, here we are. 2
days in a row.
When you're here every day, you get to talk about what's happening that day. We kind of had to talk about what's happening next week.
Yep, we did.
So we pre-recorded a Father's Day show. We a lot of good father stories that were shared by myself. Our guest Sean Erickson and Rico was in doing the board for us. So Nicole had a couple good stories as well. So we really encourage you to tune in next week from 9 to 11 for our Father's Day episode. But we will not be in studio because we are taking a trip to Colorado Springs. We're leaving the morning. It was weird because we were going to come in and do a show. Like our 10-week challenge is wrapping up this week. Saturday night is our party out at Rosie's. So even if you're listening and you want to come out and have fun with us, come out to Rosie's. We'll be there starting at 6 p.m. You don't have to be a member of Farrell's.
Not the downtown Rosie's.
Yeah, on South 14th by the prison.
Yeah.
So we like having
we call
it there.
The prison Rosie's.
If somebody gets out of line, it's just a quick trip over to the prison.
Never.
So we usually do have a couple people get a little out of line at our parties. But so anyway, that's next Saturday at 6. And we were going to do our show Sunday morning and then leave for Colorado. But then I'm like, do I want to wait till noon before I leave for this vacation? No, I want to leave at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
I want to get over there because if we left at noon, we wouldn't get there till 8. And then by the time we get in our room, it's just like, then we don't have a day there. But now we're going to leave early. We can get there at noon, 1 o'clock.
You're already becoming unbearable with the anticipation of the trip. Like talking about it, that I can't imagine how you would be. Cause you are like that kid who wakes up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I have memories of you jumping on the bed to wake me up to go on a road because we do a lot of road trips. So
we used to do a lot of road trips.
Well, most of our vacations are road trips.
Yes.
So you are definitely the one that wants to get going early. You can't hardly sleep the night before. So I think that was a good call to record the show and get ahead.
Done.
Yeah, get an early head start. So who knows? We'll be hours into the trip by the time.
We might leave after the 10-week party. I mean, I don't know.
I would not be surprised
if we weren't having a 10-week party, we probably would have left Saturday. But we are having a 10-week
we gotta
party.
Have fun.
We gotta have fun
with our
we gotta celebrate because we'll have a couple $1,000 winners as well. So we're really excited to celebrate with them. We don't get to see our members very often and like
outside of the gym.
Yeah, normal looking clothes. It's always gym clothes early in the morning. Pete, he cleans up pretty nice, for this show. You see him at 5 in the morning, just rolling in, wearing his, it's like a bull on there. So I always think of the Rock, was it the Brahma Bull? Was that what his name was, Austin? Is that what he called the Rock? The Brahma Bull?
I'm not a wrestling guy.
Oh, you're the wrong person to ask. Okay.
Sorry. If Bach was here, he could help.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it reminds me of.
Before he was the Rock or part of
it's like his nickname.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Something
and we watched it, but I don't remember.
So that's always what I think when I see Pete wearing his shirt with the bowl on it. So we're excited to see our members have a little fun with them. We do karaoke, dancing. So we're looking forward to that. So anyway, we're heading out to Colorado Springs. So I want to know if there's any, kind of our agenda is, I know for sure on Tuesday the 20th, we are hiking Pikes Peak.
We're going to attempt to.
We're not driving to the top. We are going to be hiking. The plan is to go up the Bar Trail, which is going to be, it's about a 13-mile hike. So I'm like, well, we've just done 2 half marathons where we ran. Certainly we can walk 13 miles. There's no difference, right?
No, not at all.
It's just
Right.
flat. Our half marathons are flat. And this is actually going up about 7,000 feet, 7,500 feet over the 13 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a little worried because there currently is snow at the top of Pikes Peak.
Significant amount of snow.
Yes. So we're following the weather. I'm looking at live cams. We're really watching this. Now, I know none of our listeners want anything bad to happen to us. Like we don't want to get lost. Like if it was just you and I.
Oh yeah, don't worry. It's not just average Jeff is not leading the way.
The average Jeff is not leading Nicole up Pikes Peak Trail because I got lost on a half marathon our full marathon once. Lost in the middle of Bellingham, Washington on a marathon course.
Yes.
Nicole's got lost on a triathlon course. And one of our members was saying, I know you guys have a tendency to get lost. Well, when you get lost in Bellingham.
That wasn't either of our faults, but.
It was. Or Indianola, you're fine. You're eventually going to find your way to where you need to be. Now, if you get lost out on the mountain.
Yeah. That could be trouble.
We might have to find somebody to come in and do the Fitness Fanatics on June 25th.
But the good news is
my brother, big brother, is going to be guiding us up there. So he lives in Breckenridge. He's lived in Colorado for the last 28 years. I mean, he moved there when I was a sophomore in high school. So, I mean, almost 30. I think he's been out there for 30 years. So, and this is what he does all the time. He hikes. I'm trying to learn the correct terms for mountain climbers. Like he's done 27 14ers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since he's been out there. He's never done Pikes Peak before, so he's pretty excited to do that with us. So he's going to be like our Sherpa guide. Mm-hmm. He has the water filtration system. Like if we run out of water, he can get it from the creek and we can drink it and all that stuff I don't even know I don't know anything about hiking. We've hiked up Scotts Bluff Monument.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that's about 350 feet in the air. So we've hiked that. And we've hiked Telegraph Pass out in Yuma, Arizona. So them are the 2 that we've done. And that I think we looked that up was 700 feet.
Yeah.
So that's the highest we've ever hiked before. So we're level 10.
All the way.
Which is what our theme is at Farrell's. We're living life at level 10 and we're going right from 700 feet to 14,115. So
we've been preparing for this.
We have some hiking boots. We've done some walks.
Our virtual member, Angie, she came on, talked about her climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. She trained for Kilimanjaro in Omaha, Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can train for this stuff and we're not doing Kilimanjaro. So it's not going to be, and we chose Pikes Peak because you can hike up the bar trail and then you take the cog train on the way back down.
Yes.
So we don't have to hike back down 13 feet.
Yes.
Is a big reason why we chose Pikes Peak.
Yes. That's the number one reason
right.
why we chose it.
That's probably why Rod's never done it. He would probably hike back down, which you can.
He doesn't like to hike down.
Right. I wouldn't like to either.
He just says it's hard on his knees. And like going the downward. But what I'm a little fearful of is getting up 10,000 feet and then the trail is covered in snow.
Mm-hmm.
The trail
is it outside the tree line? So it's from 12 to 14 then.
Okay. So but it's the 3 miles away.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what I'm a little nervous about, but we'll be ready. I mean, hopefully it's supposed to be, we're kind of following some websites that gives us weather updates for the hiking and my brother has
his own whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
he's very.
He'll be the boss about if it's safe or not. We have a contingency plan. There's another trail that you can take, but you drive about 6 miles up and then start and then make it. But we will have to climb back or hike back down to our car if we do that. But you can still summit, and that might be an option too. We'll see.
I want to do the whole thing.
I do too.
And we'll take pictures. I might do some Facebook Live stuff and give updates.
Well, if we have service. I don't know what service is like up there.
See where we're at. But if you have any tips or suggestions of stuff to do in Colorado Springs, or if you've ever done, you don't have to have done Pikes Peak, but if you're out there listening and you've done a 14er Feel free to text in some tips, suggestions, things we need to bring. 402-464-5685. We did get a text from Pecan Pie, and I'm assuming he's talking about how awesome our parties are because he said, "You are correct, Jeff." So I'm just going to assume
that our parties are fun.
That our parties are fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Pecan Pie, everybody is invited.
Yeah, you guys can still come out.
So you can come out, even though Stacy's a fit member. It's not her 10-week challenge.
Yeah.
But feel free to come out. If you don't have anything to do, come on out to Rosie's there. Oh, the Rock. The Brahma Bowl.
But you also agree, right, Pecan Pie? That
Okay.
Our parties are
So I am
fun.
correct. The Rock was the Brahma Bowl. All right. So thank you on that confirmation.
Wait on the update about our parties also being fun.
Yes. Okay. So anything. So Austin, you were telling us you've been to Colorado Springs.
Yeah, my family hit that on our way back from like Yellowstone.
Isn't that the best road trips where you do multiple things? Yeah, that's what we do too.
That one, I think, as I think back through, I think we went up to like Mount Rushmore all the way around.
Yeah.
And down through. And that
Yep.
was fun.
We've
And
done that. That's cool to do. I mean, similar, but yeah, that's fun.
yeah, in Colorado Springs, the thing that I remember was the Olympic training facility. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I do remember that somewhere outside in some pavilion, or maybe it's the entrance, they had the shoe sizes of different players that had been there. One of them was Emeka Okafor, who played for UConn back in the early 2000s. My man had a size 23 shoe. Size 23.
Yeah.
He had a 2-foot foot. So putting your
2 foot.
Yeah.
2 foot. Yeah.
That's what it was. So you put it up there and you try to see just how much of your feet you can fit in one of his.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And you were saying, Jeff, you thought that it was close to our hotel.
Yeah, I think it is.
Even.
Yeah, I think it's close. So that might be something we could do on a Sunday. We're looking to get acclimated to the altitude. We'll be at about 7,000 feet in Colorado Springs. So everything that I've read, you want to be there for a couple days before you try to do any type of hiking up to summit. So we do have a couple texts. The first one is from the OGCJ. He says, "Tip, Jeff, I know you don't smoke anymore, but if you're tempted, just know that cigarettes are made a little differently in Colorado."
Yes.
Now, that is something we have talked about.
I'm not interested.
If we should get a brownie, something while we're there.
I'm not interested in that.
So who knows where that could take us, but all right, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then so we got another text. We got like a website here from
Don't click on it just in case.
4659 just said, "I got you." And there was I don't know if you want to click on that to make it a little bit bigger, Austin. I don't want to.
A microbrewery map.
Oh, okay. Cool. We
Micro-
probably shouldn't be drinking a lot of alcohol leading up to our Pikes Peak climb.
Maybe after.
Maybe.
32 breweries and 3 tap rooms listed.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
but what about tequila tastings? I'm not really a microbrew person.
Well, now I know my brother, he would probably like to do that. So
he would.
We'll be looking maybe on after we're done
That's
on
true.
Tuesday to go out to dinner and do something like that.
Yes.
So
You have 5 tequila places pop up in Colorado.
All right. Okay.
all right. See, we're asking for suggestions about the hike and where we go. We always get back to alcohol on this show.
They've
for some
listened to
reason.
our show
Yeah.
before. Still
So-
trying to get sponsored by Thomas Rhett's Tequila.
Have you worked on that?
No,
Have you
we
sent-
haven't talked about it in a while.
Have you sent
actually.
Thomas Rhett a message?
I should. We need everyone to keep listening so I can bolster our numbers and then I can send them the stats.
Okay. So our texter 4659, if you want to let us know who you are, we can get your name and edit your contact info. So the next time you text in, we'll know who you are. If not, no big deal.
I did search hotels near Colorado Springs Olympic Training Facility and our hotel comes up first.
Okay.
So we are close.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought we were just from the map. So
Mhm.
Pecan Pie texted in again, said, "Yes, the parties are the bomb." Biggity.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. So the person who texted in, who's not in the system yet, is Mark Onweiler.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
That
Austin,
tracks.
you can go ahead and update Mark on there. So when he texts
Some
in
guy
again,
Mark.
The
yeah,
microbrewery guy was Mark.
some guy Mark.
Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Maybe we could. Maybe in about 7 months we'll add Mark 2023 National $10,000
Yeah.
Farrell's winner. Well, maybe we'll change his name at that time.
Change his name to the Champ.
The champion, yes. Well, that's Strick's name. I think he's the champ on his game show.
Yeah.
So that's already
not recently. He's on a losing streak.
Oh, that's not good. All right. So
Okay.
thanks, Mark, for texting us that in. We're going to go ahead and head to break. Still, if you have any more suggestions on what we can do in Colorado Springs, what we should pack, anything like that can help us out, we would appreciate it. 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line. We will be right back on the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out this along with more about services, ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop. We do farm-specific fit your geography with very diverse inventory. We will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Y'all feeling lucky? Luke Combs here, and I have an exclusive opportunity for you to win $500,000 by joining me in the Living Lucky with Luke Combs lottery experience. When it rains, it pours for lucky fans and lottery players who enter to win a chance of a lifetime. Join me in Nashville for a private concert at the iconic Ryman Auditorium in 2024. One lucky winner will have the chance to walk away with $500,000 at the end of the show.
Details at NE.com. Living Lucky with Luke Combs. Ticket top prize odds 1 in 128,000.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We're just chatting a little bit about our upcoming trip to Colorado Springs. I was really hoping to get some advice on mountain climbing. Tips.
We've gotten tips from people.
Okay. On mountain climbing tips and tricks, but
I mean, from our members.
No, I'm talking about like right now from
I know.
listeners. But the listeners, we've gotten tips and tricks on the different kinds of cigarettes that are made in Colorado, and then also
brewery suggestions.
Yes, the notorious BIB texted in and said, while out there, you should try the Mountain Time beer from New Belgium Brewery. We always bring back a couple cases. So that kind of shows you where the show goes. We're looking for like, how do we survive a trip up this mountain?
Alcohol.
Yes. So we've gotten alcohol and the different kinds of cigarettes out in Colorado.
Yeah.
Bring a St. Bernard with you. They have the little barrel.
Jeff's brother is bringing his dog, and he's a husky or Malamute.
Yes,
so it's practically the same thing. We could probably load Hendrix down with some beverages.
Yeah, I don't know if the expert hiker would approve of
Probably
that
not.
or not.
Probably not. Afterwards.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so Pecan Pie said whitewater rafting. Now,
no, I don't.
I would love. We have whitewater
done it
rafted in the
once.
past, and I loved it.
I can't believe I did it.
I loved it. Nicole hated it.
As I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it in the moment, but as I've gotten older, I get more afraid of things, and I just am not qualified for that. We've already done it. We have the picture.
Okay, well, but our kids haven't done it. No,
gosh.
I've
That
talked
makes
to
my
our
stomach hurt.
take our kids out there to do it.
Ben would not want a whitewater raft.
Well, I bet your daughter would.
I don't know.
Well, okay, that's fine. You and
Ben is afraid of water,
You
and
and Ben
Katie's
can go
worries
on
about everything.
Remember when we went on there? There was a little floating one that you could go on, and then you go on the big rapids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can do one where Katie and I will go on the real rapids.
I don't know if Katie would
and
want
you
to.
and Ben can go on the little.
I've already done it.
The little baby float one.
I've already done it. I did it. Check.
So
We
I
got
would
the
love
picture.
to. It was a good memory that my dad was on that
It was
raft.
a family reunion.
It's a family reunion. We have a picture of us out there. I thought it was a blast.
It was fun in the moment,
At
but
the
now
end, it turned into people splashing each other.
now
with the
I'm
oars.
older and it just seems risky.
Pecan Pie, I can't even get Nicole to go on a 4-wheeler. Like,
Four-wheelers are terrifying.
she will not go on a 4-wheeler. She's like, she won't let us go on 4-wheelers.
Strap me into a roller coaster. I'm good to go.
Yeah, but a 4-wheeler, we're out on
You
that.
are not qualified to drive a four-wheeler.
I have driven many 4-wheelers,
Jeff,
in my time.
we've been together longer than we've been apart, and I have known you to maybe 2 times drive a
Do
four-wheeler.
you remember when you went to the Bill Callahan coaches or women, or what was that called? Coaches for women or women?
Football 101?
Yes.
I remember.
Nicole went to a football.
We've never talked about that.
She went to, we have all my stories.
Yeah.
I went to camp.
That's because I don't remember who was there. Okay.
So Nicole went to the Bill Callahan Football 101 for women way back in probably 05, somewhere around there.
You went four-wheeling?
I went four-wheeling.
Did I know this?
Well, I don't know. We stayed at my aunt and uncle's house in Lincoln, and you went to the Football 101 for women. I think like my Aunt Marge went also.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I stayed back. Yeah, I took their 4-wheeler out and was just flying all over the fields.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel better.
And I lived.
Mm-hmm.
I survived. Now there are accidents.
It
obviously
only takes one time.
I know, but that's like saying, well, I better not get in a car because
We'll just have to start.
you get in a car accident.
If that happens, then Fitness Fanatics turns into traumatic brain injury hour. So I'm not interested in that.
Pecan Pie says Nicole was just like Stacy when she went to the coaching 101, ogling over how fit the players were.
It was fun. I remember it being fun. I don't remember what players were there.
Maybe Stacy and Nicole were at the same one.
We might have been.
And then afterwards, they had a little reception at the Marriott.
Did you go to that?
Yeah, I went
Okay,
to that, and
yeah.
I met Bill Callahan.
Yeah.
Shook his hand. I just remember how small he was. Like
Oh.
he's just really, he was just a small
I just remember
guy.
who was wearing. I remember a football coach wearing a Hawaiian shirt. That's really all I remember, but I don't know who it was.
You know, I think Bill Bush was on. Was Bill Bush on the staff with Bill Callahan, Austin? at one of those years. Now, he
Let
might
me
have
do
been,
some digging.
Maybe he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
he might have been at the. You know what? You need to ask him tomorrow
I
if
will.
he did the football 101 because I'm pretty
will.
sure he was on Bill Callahan's staff at some point.
Yeah.
So you have to ask him if he ever did the football.
If he
101.
remembers you.
He remembers you, not me. You.
Well, you at the reception.
Yeah, 2004 to 2007.
See?
The whole time.
So I bet Coach
Interesting.
Bush was at the football 101 for women when you were there.
I'm gonna have to look into that and just see who all spoke and remember everything that I learned at football 101.
This whole show last year has been about me and what I've done.
I know, I forgot
with
that
the
about
Nebraska,
that.
but yeah, that's something that you did.
It was cool. I got to be on the field before you ever was able to be, or the practice field or whatever. It was the new field with the like turf.
Like the field turf.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. You had never done
Do you
that.
remember anything else about that?
I just remember football players talking, but I don't know which ones. I'm sorry.
I remember everything about my football.
I
camp
remember
experience.
other things.
We did. I went to.
You have terrible short-term memory, and I have really good short-term memory. And
I guess you have bad.
I have
long-term
bad
memory.
long-term memory. You have good long. It's a good balance. We balance each other out. I
But that was
suppose.
pretty cool. Like I know like Scott Frost did some camps where like I went to once with. It was
Oh yeah,
like
because you got like a shirt for
yeah,
that.
it was like a day camp, like for guys. And I was like, oh well. I mean, so.
Oh well.
We did it. It was cool. I sat in the team meeting room and they broke down plays. I can't remember what the name of it was, but we did it just once.
Yeah, I feel like you
Dick
got
and I.
like a book or something.
Yeah, like we took notes and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and
Mhm.
that was before the first season, so everybody was fired up, right? With like the coaches came in and they could talk about this, and at the time they were undefeated, right?
Mhm.
0-0 record.
Yeah.
So we broke down plays, and we were so excited, and
Yep.
and then we never went back.
And
so.
here we are again.
I remember one of my uncles was like, "Oh, why don't you come to this football for men thing with us?" And he's like, "I will when he does something."
Yeah.
And he never went. So
Wise
that would be
words.
kind of cool if they would have had something this year. I would have went.
Or you can just do the Nebraska football road race.
That's right, because we want to have.
I bet football 101 was more than $35.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It was more than that.
I know.
But we want to have such a good showing at the football road race that Coach Rule will be like, "Why are there 100 people wearing these red shirts?" And then then we can meet him and plug the Fitness Fanatics,
Sure.
and plug Farrell's also with them. So,
Which we did. Ben signed up.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, Ben, who I read a text earlier, who listens to the show and is on a own personal weight loss journey, actually joined our group during the show.
Yep.
So Ben, we appreciate that. We'll be adding you to our email list and get you out that training program tomorrow or tonight. I'm not sure when she's planning on doing that.
Probably whenever you're taking Ben out to drive today.
Yeah, we got to take our 16-year-old out. He just finished driver's ed online. I've taken him out one time. We almost took out 3 mailboxes and jumped the curb in 5 minutes in the street. But this time I'm going to go out to like Southeast Community College to an empty big parking lot.
Yeah, that was a bad idea to just go out on the street right away.
Well, I'm not a professional driver's ed instructor, right? Like, I don't remember not knowing how to drive.
I know.
Like it's
true.
just always been. I mean, now you drive with your knee, you're eating a blizzard, you're just not looking at the road. You just do it instinctively, and you're like, well, if I start to veer off, the car will beep at me, so then I better get in my lane.
My car has lane assist. Yours doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So
My wife turns hers off.
I hate it. I don't
It is
like
kinda
it.
like-
It's annoying. Sometimes it takes over and it like steers my car. There's certain parts of the road driving out to Sam's Club. I'm like, calm down. I'm taking this curve, okay?
Well,
You know?
and here's what I don't like about it. If I'm driving out on the interstate, I don't use my turn signal to get into the other lane. So when I veer over, it'll beep. And
Then use your turn signal,
She'll
you
say,
lawbreaker.
use your turn signal. Yeah. use my
Criminal.
Criminal. Who's the one that's got a speeding ticket?
Okay,
not me.
You
what I
admitted
thought.
that you don't even know what the speed limit is driving down 56th Street. It's a miracle you
changes
haven't
so
got.
much
I know
in that stretch.
It's a miracle you haven't gotten one. And I wasn't speeding, for the record. I was just driving. over the speed limit, but I wasn't speeding on purpose. That shouldn't count. Did we ever talk about that?
I don't know if we did or not. No. So anyway, back to Colorado Springs. Something else we got planned is we're going to go to the Royal Gorge. So if you've ever been to the Royal Gorge,
if that sounds like ticket listeners only go out to breweries and dispensaries when they go to Colorado Springs.
It's so far, yes. Pecan pies, whitewater rafted.
Oh yeah. We did.
But
in
other
Colorado.
than that, it's breweries and
dispensaries.
Dispensaries is what the proper name of it is.
I think so.
Okay. So we're gonna hit up the Royal Gorge. I think that'll be pretty cool.
You're trying to talk me into zip lining there. Maybe that'll be
not zip lining, but they have like zip lining.
Yeah.
Yes, we've zip lined in Mexico.
Short-term memory.
We've zip lined in
through.
Alaska as well. So now we might as well just zip line over the Royal Gorge.
We'll see. It sounds sketchy.
Nyla texts in and says the speed limit is just a suggestion.
I agree, especially at 3:30 in the morning when there's no other cars around. Just keeping the roads safe.
And you got a ticket.
I got a ticket.
I've never gotten a ticket in the state of Nebraska, but you have.
Once.
Yes. So who's the reckless driver?
You just haven't gotten caught.
Yeah, that's okay, I guess. But it is just a suggestion. So thanks for the text. We appreciate you listening. So what else we got? Oh, we're gonna do the Garden of the Gods. I'm trying to get. Well, I don't know if I'll get her to do this, but I'm trying to get a segue.
Oh, I'm not afraid of that. I just feel like I gotta check it out. Like I just don't want to be like those people segwaying around. If other people are on segways, it seems a little socially acceptable, then I will. But if it's just us, I will feel like
I think that we will have earned the Segway.
I know, but it's not hiking Pikes Peak isn't like completing a half marathon where you get like a medal at the top, you know. So it's not. How are people supposed to know? We can't be like Wayne and Garth being like,
you know what? I might have my phone, and so somebody looks at me, I'll be like, "Here's a picture of me yesterday at the top of this mountain."
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just I'm not afraid of a Segway, to be clear. I just want to see if like we're the only people doing it. I don't really want to be those people. So we'll see. That's all.
Well, I think it would be cool.
Well, you can.
I don't know if I want to walk around. My legs might be a little tired.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But one of my biggest fears is getting up, like I said, hiking up 10 miles and being like, oh, we can't go to the top, and then having to hike down 10. That would not be fun at all.
Yeah.
Gosh, we're getting all kinds of texts this morning. So John and Cortland text in. This is about the police. Enforceable suggestion.
Well, yeah, until you get pulled over and then you get a ticket for going 11 over because I didn't even get a break on that one. So
one of the
no other cars on the road, just for the record.
Oh, okay. Here, Pecan Pie texts in and says, "Go on the Alpine slides."
No, we've done that too, and that is terrifying.
Did we do that in Breckenridge?
We did it in Breckenridge, but I'm sure it's the same thing. The concrete like slide thing that you go on. Oh,
the most terrifying. The most terrifying thing.
Me out.
The most terrifying thing about that, was we had our 2-year-old. What's this? When this is 2005. We had our 2-year-old daughter on the ski lift
with just nothing.
That had no bar in front. Like you just hop on it and you're going up that mountain, and there's not like. I mean, I was just like holding on one arm and holding on to her on the other.
We've done that already though too. Pecan Pie, I think you need to sign up for the Nebraska football road race. You're
Pecan Pie.
Yeah, you're such
an adventurous.
Yes, adventurer.
He goes whitewater rafting
through Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes, you need to venture with us. Jeez, we have.
But we have done that, and that's what that is, right? It's that concrete like slide. I'm sure there's multiples of them, but it was okay. But I'm too cautious for that. I also don't like go-karting, so don't do that either. I ride the brake the whole time. I'm just a cautious person.
We're getting just inundated with text messages.
Love it.
Great. So CJ texts in, says better be a video of yelling "Go Big Red" at the top of Pikes Peak. Absolutely.
Sure.
There will be a video. I even thought about on our way out there swinging over to Boulder. Because we've stopped at a couple different stadiums where I've been wearing a Husker shirt and I've been throwing the bones in front of stadiums.
How far away is it?
It's probably about a 45 minutes out of the way.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like we could go on our way there.
Yeah.
Because if you go coming
especially if
south,
we leave in the middle of the night,
it's like not. It's like this far on the map.
Okay.
So I thought about making the trip to Boulder and getting out at the stadium and doing throw the bones in a Husker shirt, which I've done at Madison in the Madison, Wisconsin Stadium, Notre Dame Stadium, Kinnick Stadium, Iowa State, and Illinois. And I don't know if some Colorado fans see me out there. It might be one of those things where I just
too hostile territory.
jump out, take a picture, jump back in the car,
or like wear a sweatshirt and then take it off.
Yeah. So
do you have a riot shield?
Do I have a what?
Riot shield.
A riot shield.
Oh, I think it's Sunday. It might not be that busy.
We'll see. That's a good idea.
And if I see Coach Prime's big monster truck out there, I might just follow it around. We'll see. But yeah, we're so close to Boulder.
Yeah, that would be okay.
And we have some time,
Yeah.
Okay, so Nyla texted in and said, "Is this the first time they pulled you over?" I
in
only
Lincoln.
get warnings.
Yeah, in Lincoln. It was literally 3:30 in the morning on the way to the gym.
She did not get a warning.
No.
I got a warning.
And I was
once.
nice and polite in Lincoln. So you've been pulled over. You just didn't get a ticket.
No ticket.
I don't know. I was very nice and polite.
Let's see. Pecan Pie texts in and says, "Sounds like Nicole should just stay in the hotel the entire time. She'd probably feel more safe."
Hey, I've done all of those things
There was
already.
one time when we drove up Mount Evans and she freaked out.
I didn't freak out.
Had a panic attack.
Yes, I had an actual panic attack.
And we were about maybe 2 miles from the top.
Yeah, but the
driving,
person that I
and we
asked,
stopped.
they said the worst part was coming up. It was driving through all those switchbacks and it was raining. And just listen.
It was probably good because I had a bathroom emergency.
Yeah, you did.
That I had to go do a number 2 in the mountains.
Right. Like, can you imagine if we'd been stuck going up that thing?
And the kids thought it was the funniest thing they have ever seen. Is their dad trying to find a private
Listen,
spot.
I am an adventurous person, but sometimes your fear gets the best of you. I had a panic attack. It was scary. It was raining that day, and it wasn't you driving that was worrying me. It was the other cars coming down. Now, if it had been like a one-way up and a one-way down, I probably wouldn't have been as worried.
And
it
the
was
cyclists, people cycling down that mountain.
I know.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So no, I'm adventurous. I just don't need to do things more than once. I've done whitewater rafting. I've done the alpine slide before. I'm open to ziplining.
You were so much younger back then.
I know. I'm more scared as I've gotten older.
That was 17
There's
years
more
ago.
at stake now.
18 years ago.
We only
did
had
whitewater
one
rafting.
child. Now we have 2.
I mean, we have a radio
Who would give
show.
Paige her pill if we were
have
gone?
we have a radio show.
Yeah.
Who would host the Fitness Fanatics? We got gyms. We
Higher
got 2
stakes.
kids. Yeah, we got a lot of other stuff going on. John in Cortland texts in says, "Careful, CU fans are special."
I know. That's why we're gonna have to be covert.
I think it might be an adventure. Might be more of an adventure than hiking up Pikes Peak, as a matter of fact.
Maybe.
Crowbait texts in and says, "If what?"
I know. I don't know what that means.
Please elaborate with us. Oh, might want to hide your license plates if you go to Boulder. Yes,
that's true.
I know. I want to put a sticker over it. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how adventurous I am. But I think getting another picture of a stadium throwing the bones in Boulder would be pretty cool.
We would definitely share that on Instagram, Fitness Fanatics
absolutely.
Radio. If we did
I'll
that.
share it on Facebook. Let's say, here we go. The one at Kinnick was really cool because I had Ben with us and we kind of got in where we could see the field, and that was pretty cool.
Notre Dame was cool too because they had like visitors.
Notre Dame was cool. They had recruits that were there that were visiting. I was wearing a Nebraska shirt. I got in front of Touchdown Jesus, threw the bones, got a picture, and then we went into the Notre Dame Cathedral and I got some holy water and just made the little cross.
You did not do that.
Ask for forgiveness.
But we did go into the cathedral.
I did ask. No, I got holy water.
You did?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had to ask for forgiveness.
Seems
I
dramatic.
didn't want to have anything bad happen to us, but there were recruits visiting.
Mhm.
There was just a slew of them. And so I don't know if, who they were or what, but that was in 2021. So that was pretty cool though. One more text before we get to our last break. The Notorious BIB said, "Watch out for flying batteries." when we stomp the Buffs. Now, I won't be at the game.
Yeah.
I'm
no.
going to try to go to the
That
first
sounds
game.
scarier than whitewater
Minnesota.
rafting.
Dodging batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
and drinks. And...
if we get the win and you get hit by a battery,
it's worth it.
It's worth the trade-off, I think. Right, Austin? Yes.
Batteries, yeah. Warm water balloon,
yeah. Questionable.
Yeah.
Like I remember when
liquid balloons.
Mahomes' wife was like throwing wine and stuff on the fans. I was like, oh my gosh, if we just won if the Bears won the NFC Championship game and somebody was throwing wine on me, I just would not care. I'd be so excited.
Was it the
matter.
KC fans that were mad or
I
the
think
other
so.
team?
I think it was all of them.
I know they don't like her.
But no, I wouldn't care. Throw it on me. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's like Luther when they won the national championship on Coach. He was like, he wanted them to dump Gatorade on him. He's like, right here, right here, right here, right here. Like he brought it all his attention. All right. Well, we're going to take our last break. We'll be back to wrap it up here. We appreciate all the text messages.
It's fun.
If you've been texting today, we want this every single week.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. So we appreciate everybody listening, texting in today. We'll be back to finish up on 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offer of service. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
On 937 Ticket, theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. We're in the final segment here of our show today. This has been pretty much one of my favorite shows since we've done this. Like, all the texts has been awesome. We usually get like 1 or 2 texts a show, so this has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody listening. Just want to wrap up here. We just got a few more minutes left. Again, we're going to be out next week, but we do have a show planned for you guys for our Father's Day episode. So that'll be next Sunday. We'll be heading off to Colorado. We'll be back on Thursday night. We'll be back in on the 25th. We are planning on having a couple of the Nebraska football players in studio with us to talk about the Nebraska road race. That's coming up on July 16th. So if you want to join us, join the Fitness Fanatics team, it's Huskers.com. You can just look up the Nebraska road race. Make sure you join the Fitness Fanatics team. So it'd be pretty cool if we had like the biggest team out there. That would be awesome.
5K or the kids 1 mile fun run. I feel like you have to have a kid with you to do the mile fun run. I don't know, maybe not, but
yeah, Austin, I don't think you can just sign up to do the 1 mile fun run.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be a fun run for me. Can I have my wife do it? She's carrying a kid.
Yeah.
Hey, that count?
Maybe. I don't know.
Just
yeah.
On the age, you just put 0.
Negative.
Well, Dr. Adam, his wife just had a baby. I mean,
in October.
Okay.
Yeah, but still a baby.
So they all
the whole
4
family
of them
signed up for the mile.
are all doing it together. So one can't even walk yet.
Yep.
And
I think she's going to push. I'm assuming she's pushing her in the stroller, and then their son, who I think is like 3 or 4, is going to do the mile also.
And they give away prizes too. One of our members, Wes and Lisa, their little boy Lane, he did the 1 mile fun. He tour of the Devaney Sports Center. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, he went and did that. I think like for or something.
Yeah. Yep. They do give away stuff like that. I think like some signed helmets and different things. I don't know. We've never won anything, but that's okay.
If you're there, you're a winner.
Yeah, you win no matter what.
Yes.
It's just a really fun. I mean, yes, you do complete a 5K, but you don't have to run it. You can walk it. You can walk it. You can do the mile fun run with kids. So just come out and you'll see us too.
And again, Saturday is my 45th birthday.
That's before.
July 15th. So this will be my first event in the 45 to 49 age bracket. So I'm a young buck. In that group. But I don't know if I want to go all out.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Fun.
This is one that it's actually more fun to take your time, because then you get to experience just everything that's going on. I take selfies the whole time when there's a whole golf cart full of the football players. It's really fun to just get them in with a selfie. I took a selfie with I can't think of his name.
Fred Hoiberg.
Fred Hoiberg. I do know his name, but I couldn't think of it. With Hoiberg, that was cool. As part of the race, so you can stop and take pictures and stuff, and just kind of enjoy the atmosphere too.
Well, it's cool also for us as some of the players know who we are, right?
Yeah, they've been on our show.
Yeah, so they're like, hey,
Ramir Johnson.
Yeah, they remember us, and so that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Me as growing up a big Husker fan and always looking at the players, is just like, man, this is so awesome. I have a different perspective now, when I'm watching games and stuff.
Because they're student athletes.
Yep, because I've met some of them, and we've had some of them on our show. So they'll be back with us here on the 25th when we get back in studio. Have a little recap of our trip. But I think that's about it. Any other
next session? We're wrapping up our spring session. Summer session starts.
Yep. Summer challenge starts July 8th. You can hit us up. You can go to fxblincoln.com for more info, or you can go to theticketfm.com and actually enroll right from the homepage. That should be starting tomorrow, sometime next week. That'll be up there. But we still have a month to go. If you have any questions, you want to come try a class, work out with us, work out with Coach Bush or Des Moines Adams or Aaron
Mhm.
Davis or Chris Raff, let us know and I'll point you to
Pete Ferguson.
Yes, Pete Ferguson. I'll let you know what time they go, and you can come work out with them.
Mhm.
So that's it for us. We're gonna say we won't be in here next week. So happy Father's Day.
Still
to
check
all the
out our
fathers.
show.
Yes, we will have a show. We recorded it yesterday for a full 2 hours. But that's about it. So we
Mhm.
appreciate all the listeners, all the texts. Texted in. It was a fun show. And we'll be back in studio, hopefully, in 2 weeks.
We will.
So you guys have a great week. And we'll see you next time.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. Adult quilting clubs? No, forget that. A margarita club. Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try one of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
If you struggle with joint, you don't need surgery. Through non-surgical options for treatment of